This is the Lancer Locker Show on KYNT. Now, let's talk some Mount Marty University athletics with the coaches, as well as your host and the voice of Mount Marty University athletics, Tel Tanner.
Back on a Monday for the Lancer Locker. We've got a lot to talk about today. First off, it was a fun weekend for Lancer athletics. It was a couple of basketball matches up in the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. We were lucky enough to be able to take KYNT-TV on the road. Got to film those games up in the Pentagon, which was just a lot of fun, even though unfortunately the Lancers did suffer a couple of losses. Let's go ahead and start off this show then with our week in review, but first we'll talk about the show today and the guests that we're going to have in. First off, Lancer Volleyball just finished their season. Last week they finished with a 10-21 overall record, 3-13 in conference. They just missed the postseason tournament with a couple of tough losses right at the end of the season. We spoke with Belen Albertos a little earlier today about that season and everything going into it. We highlighted some seniors, and they've got a couple of special recruits coming in. I can't confirm anything yet, but there's a pretty close to Yankton kid that's coming in. Very, very special athlete. It's going to be announced in the coming days. Very, very excited for that. There's a lot of Lancer volleyball athletes going to be on campus next year. This team is going to be young and good. But once again, we spoke with Belen Albertos after the season ended last Tuesday, and that interview will come up in a couple of minutes. We also spoke with Shelby Baatz today, who is the head athletic trainer at Mount Marty University. A couple of great interviews. We spoke with an athletic trainer about her role and everything going on at Mount Marty, because she is just responsible for the health of every single athlete on campus, basically. There's a whole team that goes into it, and we talked about all of it. So that's upcoming on the Lancer Locker, but first we'll go in that week in review. Once again, the volleyball season just ended. Football has got one game left. They had their bye this week, so they did not have a game. They will be playing Concordia University this upcoming Saturday, 1 p.m., Senior Day in Yankton, and the final game of the year. When it comes to men's and women's basketball, once again, they suffered a couple of close losses up in the Pentagon on Saturday. The Lancer women had a really good game, come from behind. They were leading in the fourth quarter, and then a half-court buzzer beater from Valley City State as time expired won them the game, 75-74. A half-court buzzer beater to win. It was just ridiculous the way the Vikings won that game. Lancer's going to be playing again Wednesday night up in Madison, South Dakota. They'll take on Dakota State University. We'll have coverage of that one right here on KYNT. For the men's basketball team, they also suffered a loss at the hands of Valley City State. Just as close. It was 88-81 was the final in that ball game. Tashlin Day never came off the floor in that one. He played all 40 minutes and had a pretty good game for the Mount Marty Lancers. He ended up in the game with 27 points with 7 rebounds as well. But really the big story of the day was Rugby Riken, who was thrust into a starting role after an injury to Micah Johnson the night before the game. He found out about an hour and a half pregame that he was going to be starting. Rugby Riken played 37 minutes, ended up with 7 points, 11 rebounds, and 16 assists, tying the all-time record set back in 1980 at Mount Marty. First career start, he ties the assist record. That's just impressive from Rugby Riken. The Mount Marty Lancers basketball team now 1-2 on the season. They're going to be playing the University of South Dakota tonight. USD, it's an exhibition match in Vermilion. Peel back the curtain. I'm pre-recording this for the second week in a row because I'm there. I am in Vermilion. We are getting ready for this ball game. Pre-game for that one will start 7:30 for that. Mount Marty University versus USD. That's your week in review of Lancer Athletics. Let's go ahead and take a break here on the Lancer. Come back. We'll start those interviews. I spoke with both Belen Albertos and Shelby Baatz earlier today. We'll start with Belen and with Shelby, all coming up on the Lancer Locker.
We were founded on innovation and a passion to help our customers. This is Tiffany Tucson at Aztec in Yankton. We want our employees to thrive and succeed. Our core values are more than something we list on a wall. The team continues to grow. We have openings in a variety of departments. Sign-on bonuses, double overtime, immediate benefits like retirement, savings, paid holidays, bonus earnings, tuition reimbursements, and more. Build your career with the group that's built to connect from rock to road. Stop by 700 West 21st Street or apply at aztecjobs.com.
Hello. Here's to welcoming moments, big and small, embracing the unexpected, savoring life. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, ready for anything. We listen to your goals and help you achieve them with care and coverage. We'll move you forward through sickness and health and every milestone in between. Avera, moving health forward. Learn more at avera.org/forward.
Looking for the perfect meal that hits the spot every time? Look no further than Baatz's Pizza and Chicken. At Baatz's Pizza and Chicken, they're serving up piping hot, mouth-watering pizzas with all of your favorite toppings. And that's not all. The crispy roasted chicken is a taste sensation that will keep you coming back for more. Whether you're dining in with family and friends or enjoying a night in, order Baatz's Pizza and Chicken of Yankton, where every bite is a moment of pure satisfaction.
Wellness should feel good and taste good. That's why Alani Nu offers a range of delicious energy drinks to support your goals while bringing bright, bold flavors to your daily routine. Whether you want to hit your last rep, beat the competition, or simply balance your hormones, do it all with an Alani Nu energy drink in hand, promising to increase physical performance and boost focus. With just 10 calories and no sugar or gluten, Alani Nu energy drinks are a healthy way to fuel your fun. Stock up today.
As a proud community bank, Core Trust delivers more than just checking and savings accounts. We invest in the cities and towns where we live and work by volunteering to coach youth sports teams, supporting local charities and the arts with our time and resources. Whether we live in a rural town in South Dakota or a suburban city in Minnesota, it's a place we call home. Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations.
Member FDIC.
Caring for the land is one of the most important, fulfilling things a person can do. If you're looking to add more land to your ag operation or refinance existing debt, Dakota Mac can help. For 30 years now, they've been providing long-term, fixed-rate loans for ag real estate. To make things easy, Dakota Mac has an experienced specialist in your area.
Hi, it's Jeff Wolfgram from Dakota Mac. Call us at 800-682-4578 to learn how Dakota Mac products can work for you.
All right, back on the Lancer Locker. My name is Tel Tanner, here with the head coach of Mount Marty Volleyball now, Belen Albertos. Just finished up the 2023 season. Belen, just outside of that conference tournament. It was a tough end to the season, but man, I'm really looking forward to watching this team in the future. You are young.
Hi, Tel. Yes, it was a really good season overall. We were fighting until literally the last game of the season to make it to that conference tournament. And like you say, a lot of freshmen on the court. So we are really excited for the future of this program.
You return, you're losing one hitter to graduation, but you're turning everybody else. You're losing a couple of people on the defensive specialist side of things and a setter, though. So it is a pretty big senior class. I want to start talking about them. A couple of defensive specialists in Skylar Sullivan, Ivy Mines, Caitlin Kicka, and your setter in Whitmire. Can you tell me about this senior class?
Yeah, they've been amazing for the 4 years that they've been here. Well, Ali has been here for actually 2 years with us, and she's been a key player. So for sure, we are going to miss that role on the setting part with Ali. And then on the back row, we had, like you say, Ivy, Skylar, and Caitlin. Like, they were huge on the back row. Our defense was probably one of the best defense I ever seen since I came here to Mount Marty. So we are going to be missing them a lot. They were a key part of the game, not just like skill-wise, but like the leadership part. So that's something that we've been talking to the younger players. Like, we are losing a lot of people this year, so we need to make sure the leadership role, we don't miss it next year. So yeah, we'll be missing them.
You going straight into recruiting season now. I know that you've got a couple of people that have already committed, a couple of people that have yet to announce, and a couple of people you're still talking to. Can you give me your overall thoughts on next year's freshman class, even though you're still working on it?
Yeah, I'm just going to say that we are really, really excited with our 2024 class. Like you say, we have a couple commits already. We had a big commit last week that is going to come out this week too. And yes, just trying to bring a couple hitters, and so especially on the back row attack too, on the back row players as well. And then that key setter that we are going to need for next year too. So we are not done yet with recruiting, but it's looking pretty good for next year.
So you've got a very young hitting class, obviously led by the sophomore in Weber. Can you tell me about those young hitters and what their future looks like?
Well, I think like next year, especially with the class that we are bringing, like everybody's gonna really fight for a spot, and I think that's what you want, right? Like nobody has that spot safe, and maybe people who maybe were playing, maybe those freshmen are coming in stronger, but I think that's what is making everybody better. I think this year we already saw that with a couple of the freshmen starting on the lineup and everything. So I think it's just making everybody more competitive. So I think it's just finding the right place for everybody and trying to be the most competitive team that we can.
Turn back to those recruits for a moment. You told me before we turned the mics on that you've got somebody very exciting yet to commit, but has told you there might be coming. So we got to watch social media over the next couple days, huh?
Yes, please. Make sure you guys check our Twitter account or Instagram account or Facebook account. We are going to probably, hopefully, be posting something pretty soon. So, yeah, we are just, like I say, really, really excited. I think our 2024 class is going to be one of our best recruiting class. I know I say that about our 2023 class, but it's getting better and better. And, like, we were so close this year to make it to the conference tournament. So I think next year is a pretty set goal that we already have.
You had a lot of freshmen on this year's class starting. So last year when you said that 2023 class was going to be good, you were lying. A lot of freshmen started. Can you tell me about some of these younger players that are going to go into that sophomore year or go into their junior year? They're going to have just a big role next year?
Yeah, we have 3 freshmen starting our lineup. And it's funny because the 3 of them are hitters, Addison, Athena, and Gabby. And there was one rotation that the 3 of them were on the net. And I keep telling to my assistant coach, Sophia, like, look at our net right now. Like, they are all freshmen, but they step up. Like, they weren't freshmen anymore. Like, the mistakes that they were making, you could tell like they were already like juniors or seniors. Like, they need to step up, and they did. And I need to give a lot of credit to our seniors because they made that possible too. It's not easy as a freshman starting on the lineup, but the seniors did an amazing job helping them through.
Coach Belen, as you finish up the season, is there anything you want to tell Lancer Nation as a message to next year?
Well, I want to say thank you to everybody who supported us this season. I think the crowd was really, really engaged this year. A lot of close games that they made it happen too. Like, you know, when you are so tight on the score and you have everybody cheering for you, like, it makes you push a little bit harder. So I want to say thank you, and please, we want to see you, all of you guys there next year, because you guys are a big part of our program too.
One last question. As you go into the off-season, what does off-season look like for Mount Marty Volleyball? Do they get a little bit of a break right away, and then when do they come back?
Yeah, right now we are giving them a couple weeks off. I think mentally and physically everybody needs a little bit of a break. Once we come back from Thanksgiving, we'll start our conditioning and lifting program again, and then after Christmas is when we start our skill training. So during the spring, we do a lot of breaking down the skills, like setters come by themselves, hitters come by themselves. So like it's just a lot of time breaking all the skills and making sure that we are doing everything right when August comes. So yeah.
And that's when you get to bring in some of those high school seniors for this next class in the spring to come play and start training.
Yes, we invite all our commits to come during the spring too, and even if it's just open gym or just working a couple of skills with them, like we want to make sure that they are start being part of the team and then they are working on the right things that we need to be working for next year too.
Well, Coach Belen, I'm excited for Lancer Volleyball in 2024. Congrats on the season. Some more strides were taken, and another good recruiting class really showed their stuff, and I'm looking forward to the 2024 class.
Thank you so much, Theo.
It's the Lancer Locker on KYNT. Take a break. Come back in a couple of minutes.
Oktoberfest is a brief moment of fall beer drinking beauty. So have Samuel Adams Oktoberfest on hand as the nights get cooler and the days a little shorter. Smooth taste with the roasty sweetness and light hop character that's only available for a short time. Kick off cooler weather with food and friends, and don't miss a moment with Samuel Adams Oktoberfest. Grab it while you can at your favorite place to buy beer. At Triple Time Rudy's, you get convenient access to quality fuel products. Plus, you'll also find quality South Dakota products like Dimmock cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers. With a local-friendly feel and unique product offering, Triple Time Rudy's is your local convenience store that supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts to Yankton's largest employers. For all of your daily fill-ups and convenience needs, pull into Triple Time Rudy's at 17th and Broadway.
This is Brandon from Lewis and Clark Ford. Picture this. It's football season and time to tailgate. You pull up in your new F-150 from Lewis and Clark Ford and drop that tailgate with a smile that screams, I know what I'm doing. Take advantage of up to $8,000 off an F-150 today from Lewis & Clark Ford and tailgate with a smile. Lewis & Clark Ford, a proud sponsor of Mount Marty Athletics.
Lewis & Clark Ford Lincoln, 4th and Capitol Yankton, lewisandclarkford.com.
Beef, pork, seafood, poultry, and more. All at the Meat Lodge in Yankton. Get top quality meats at great prices. They have specialty items like lamb, brisket, mahi-mahi, crab legs, and lobster. They even have non-meat options like Dimmick cheese, pickled items, seasonings, and sauces. For your convenience, you can call and order curbside pickup or order online at meatlodge.com. The Meat Lodge in Yankton, on the way to the lake on Highway 52.
I've never been Nick sick, but my little sister has. She was vaping with friends. She thought it was cool because I did it. That hit me pretty hard. Did some checking, found out that nicotine in vape is really dangerous, especially for younger kids. You get a buzz, but when the nicotine wears off, your brain, it craves more. It permanently affects learning, focus, and mood. Nicotine addiction is no joke.
If you need help quitting vape, call the South Dakota Quit Line at 1-866-SD-QUITS.
Powerful changes occur when people unite. At United Way of Greater Yankton, we unite people to activate positive change and to make lives better. Help us build a brighter future for all through access to healthcare, basic needs, a good education, and financial stability. Learn more about United Way of Greater Yankton, our mission, our programs, and how you can help online at yanktonyunitedway.org. Together, united, we are building a brighter future for all.
All right, we are back on the Lancer Locker. My name's Tel Tanner. Let's go ahead and turn our attention to the head athletic trainer at Mount Marty University, Shelby Baatz. Shelby, thank you for coming in the studio today. It's a pleasure to talk with you. First time in the locker.
It is. I'm excited to be here. Thanks for asking me.
Yeah, well, I wanted to talk about the kind of the strength and conditioning, the athletic training side of things. We're going to have some more people on a little later in the year. But in terms of athletic trainer, you just got the head job about a year ago now, I suppose. So go ahead and walk me through what your job is as the head athletic trainer and what your responsibilities are.
So as the head athletic trainer, obviously I work a lot of one-on-one with each individual athlete based on the sports that I have responsibility for. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that happens as an athletic trainer. Not only do you see us on the field running like crazy with our with our heads cut off, but we also, work a lot of time in the athletic training room on a day-to-day basis. I have a Google Calendar that athletes sign up for on a day-to-day basis as needed kind of thing. And we spend a lot of time on previous injuries, medical health conditions, injuries that they just sustained, a lot of the mental health aspect as well in the training room. So it's a lot of behind the scenes stuff.
So walk me through a typical day. This Monday, what does your day look like today? This, by the way, being recorded this morning. So once you get out of here today, what does your day look like?
Yeah, so typically I'm in the training room anywhere from like 8 to 2. Today we made a couple arrangements to fit you into my schedule, but and then I take my lunch, and that usually just depends on when I have to come back for my sporting practices, competitions, evening needs, stuff like that. But that's really dependent on the in-season sport I have and what times I need to be available for that. So tonight the men's basketball team plays USD, so my obligations are a little lighter today, but still excited to root them on.
I wanted to ask about that. When a team goes on the road, we've talked about it in years past where you were on the road with them. Sometimes there's the option for a trainer to go on the road, but sometimes you got to rely on maybe USD's staff who's going to be there for the game tonight. What kind of communication goes into that with the other school? Take tonight, for example.
So for me, the last couple of years, I did take a pretty heavy role in traveling with the teams. Traveling is really based on my availability, if I'm needed elsewhere, things like that. This year, I've actually taken a step back from traveling in order to focus more on my personal life, personal health kind of thing. I'm pretty excited to get back on the road, though, so I really would love to create those opportunities again in the near future.
So when you talk about the men's basketball team going to USD, do you talk with their trainers and make sure everything's good?
Yeah, absolutely. There's always that open line of communication that I like to create with the teams that we're traveling to. Their athletic trainers are on staff for those away games. And I really just, send pretty vague emails when it comes to names and personal information, but really just what they can expect that our team might need from them before competition or after competition. But yeah.
When it comes to the health of the athletes, that's where you come in, and everybody's got to be on the same page.
Yeah, and everyone plays a pretty big role in making sure that the athletes are taken care of. That's the main priority of our job. So whether it's our home team or, they're traveling, I take pride in taking care of the other athletes as well when they travel without one. So.
Everybody on campus is your responsibility when they're in the Simple Arena or where it's at? Everybody answers to you.
Yes, when you're in Yankton, South Dakota, you're in my hands.
I love it. All right, let's talk about your staff and some of the other athletic trainers here. So you're the head athletic trainer. Tell me about the sports that you cover and then everybody else and what they cover. There's a lot of people.
Yeah, so this year we actually have 4 new hands on staff. We have myself, which I take care of volleyball, men's basketball, baseball, and then men's and women's tennis and golf. And then Sarah Shippey, she's been here with me for the last, this is our 3rd academic year together. She's contracted through Avera to just solely do football, and they require a lot of her attention, so I don't blame her one bit.
There's a lot of athletes there.
Oh, goodness, that's a full roster size right there.
Yep.
And then we just hired on Colin Muth, who is a Yankton native. He is the assistant football trainer because they do require the hands. He does track and cross country, as well as cheer and dance, shotgun sports, and archery. And then Brooke Bleeker as well as our new hire, and she does men's and women's soccer, women's basketball, and softball. So we've been able to split up those responsibilities this year.
Hiring on a few new hands has got to be nice for you.
Oh, God
I remember
bless.
2 years ago, my first year was also your first year, and you were everywhere, taking care of everybody. It's got to be nice to be able to focus on yourself a little bit more, a little more time.
Yeah, absolutely. And it helps being able to create that one-on-one time with the athletes, making sure that they're able to get in consistently rather than just putting Band-Aids on wounds. It's been a lot of, see you initially after injury, and then let's work together day in and day out to get you back to the field.
Shelby, I want to ask about coming to Mount Marty in the first place. First off, where are you from? What's your education background?
Yeah, so I graduated high school from Baltic, South Dakota. I then applied to Augustana University. I spent 5 years there and actually was a part of the first class of their master's program for athletic training. So It was interesting to be a guinea pig for that whole process. And then I don't know if it was lucky enough, but I graduated at the start of COVID, so I left for spring break and never came back. I was already working at Texas Roadhouse at the time, so I just kind of, worked my way through the COVID pandemic, took my BOC, Board of Certification, March of 2021, and then kind of had to decide what I wanted to do with my life from there. Jeremiah Mock actually reached out to me. He's a former baseball player here at Mount Marty. He reached out to me with Andy Bernato's number and was like, hey, they're looking to hire if you're looking to start your career. So I actually came down here and was like, hey, let's just get this interview under my belt kind of thing. And interview went pretty well.
Obviously, you're here.
Andy asked me when I could start, and about a week and a half later, I was moved down to Yankton and jumping right in head first into the realm of sports medicine.
That is very fast. From the interview a week and a half later, you were starting.
Yeah, they were like, well, sports start next Monday. When can you be here?
So this was like a late August interview.
Well,
mid-August.
No, it would have been end of July.
End of July.
Because the fall sports
they all
start.
come in. I gotcha.
Yeah, so pretty quick turnaround there. It was crazy.
So obviously those type of interviews go both ways. Obviously Andy has to decide that you're the one that he wants to bring in, and you have to decide that Mount Marty's the place that you wanted to go.
Yeah.
What was it about the Mount that brought you in?
So I met a lot of people that day. Just, I stayed in one room and they kind of came and went. but each one of them was just so inviting and so excited to have me there, even though nothing was official. Like, this was their first time meeting me kind of thing.
Sure.
I really enjoyed the community aspect of Yankton. I'm from Baltic or surrounding small towns of Sioux Falls, so kind of used to that small town feel. And then even Augustana with the small numbers. I mean, there's not much bigger than Sioux Falls you can get in South Dakota,
Sure.
but yeah, Yankton just really, really appealed to me with not only like the beauty of Yankton in general, but just the people and how inviting they really were when it came to me being on their campus or just even being in their city limits.
Well, Shelby, I know Mount Marty's lucky to have you, and I'm excited to see what you do in the future. The new head athletic trainer for Mount Marty, been there in that position for about a year now.
Yeah.
Appreciate you for coming in today.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is the Lancer Locker on KYNT. Let's take a break, come back in a couple of minutes. We'll finish things up.
It's day one of your new career. Parker of Yankton has immediate openings for material handlers, machine operators, and setups for both day and night shifts. Along with a full benefits package beginning your first day on the job, Parker is offering a second shift pay differential of $235 plus a $1,000 retention bonus. Paid vacation, sick leave, 13 paid holidays, medical, dental, vision, supplemental, and paid life insurance all begin day one. Quarterly profit sharing and a 5% matching 401k plan. Fully vested on day one. Apply now at parker.com.
Parker, engineering your success.
At Pizza Ranch, we want you to pick and choose. This is Annie from Yankton Pizza Ranch, and right now, our online carryout deal is pick and choose 2 or more of select items for just $7.99 each. Choose from a medium one-topping pizza, a medium cheesy ranch sticks, a single chicken fries, an 8-piece boneless wings, a chocolate chip cookie, a small cactus bread, or 4 20-ounce beverages. Carry these out, and your dinner is done. Pick and choose at pizzaranch.com.
James and I are having a beef.
About which Runza burger is best.
It's the savory Swiss mushroom. Hands down.
No, it's the double cheeseburger. 2 burgers, better than 1, 'cause math.
The spicy Jack burger is also good.
True. Wait, why are we fighting?
I forget. Come get your favorite Runza burger today, because Runza makes it all better.
Runza, now in Yankton at 3206 Broadway Avenue.
When you need to be sure, make it Sherco. Smart Trailer from Sherco is still the most complete line of electric accessories for your grain trailer. Smart accessories such as the 4500 Series HD electric tarp, Pro Trap, and Auto Trap electric hopper doors, and the Drive Max Auger Drive Kit from Sherco both offer convenience and peace of mind for operators. When only the best will do, give us a call at 1-800-474-8756 or find us online at Sherco.com. Make it Sherco.
Most of us have an idea about the type of home we want to live in, a decorative vision. Whether it's a traditional residence inspired by a specific period, or a minimalist model of function and efficiency, or a cool boho pad filled with plant life and earthy decor, you deserve to have the home you want. And at Slumberland, we want to help you achieve it. Live in the home you dream about. See us at Slumberland in Yankton, 2401 Broadway.
Moving is hard work. This is Deb Speck from Vision Real Estate, and I'd like to show you how I can make moving a little easier. From staging your home, providing moving boxes, and the use of our enclosed courtesy trailer, to the behind-the-scenes marketing, attention to detail, you can rest easy knowing you have an experienced professional working for you. Call me, Deb Speck, at 605-664-5555.
And we return for the final time on the Lancer Locker. Thank you to Belen and Shelby both for coming in and talking with us today. It was another good show, and we are now getting ready for Mount Marty Lancer men's basketball. Once again, Vermilion, South Dakota is where they are tonight. The Mount Marty men playing USD in an exhibition match. Let's go over that upcoming week in Lancer Athletics. Once again, a couple of basketball games and a football game on Saturday. First off, the Mount Marty men playing tonight once again versus USD at 8 p.m. We've got pregame right here at 7:30. I've got the call myself. Then at North Dakota State University on Wednesday, another exhibition game up in Fargo, North Dakota. 7 p.m. On Wednesday, we at KYNT will be at Madison, South Dakota on Wednesday for the Mount Marty women's basketball team. They're going to be taking on Dakota State University, 7 p.m. up in Madison. We'll have coverage of that one right here in KYNT. And the final game of the week, Saturday, senior day for the Mount Marty football team. Final game of the year versus Concordia University. We'll have coverage of that. Steve Toom and I on KYNT, KYNTV. So that's going to do it for the Lancer Locker today. Once again, thank you to Belen Albertos and Shelby Baatz for talking with us. It was a good couple of interviews. That'll do it for the show today. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Once again, we're getting ready for Lancer basketball. 7:30 p.m. will be the pregame show. First tip at 8. MMU playing a D1 University. We'll see you.